Hey everybody, what's up? My name is AussieBrony, and today I will be reading Chapter 4 of a fanfiction called The Changeling and the Pony. I still haven't checked to see who actually wrote it, but I will hopefully remember to do that when I read the next chapter. So I wasn't quite I didn't really do quite well at reading this chapter. I took multiple pauses. I did find a few grammar problems, but that's okay. So anyway, you'll see. So I'm gonna start the recording of me reading. Oh, I can't speak today. Me reading the story now. Immediately after this pony hugged him, he pushed her right off and nearly hissed at her, but bit his tongue to keep from doing so. The pink pony with dark pinky puffy hair, or Pinkie Pie as she called herself, spinned once from his force and plopped down on the ground in front of him. Whoa, you're a pretty strong stallion. This pink pony recognized her as this pink pony. Wait, what? Almost no ponies be able to break my special pinky hugs. She did a high-pitched giggle followed by a few snorts that made him grimps. This pink pony, he recognized her as one of the six, but by equestria he didn't know she was this irritating. Her giggly voice and attitude, right down to her very name, just added to the anger he held towards the mare for her involvement in Canterlot. Now he really hated ponies. He had to bite his tongue again to keep from growling when she zoomed back over and took its hoof. Before he could object, she started shaking it up and down so high, hard, and fast he thought she was going to pull his arm right off.
Welcome to Ponyville, Yumi. It's nice to meet somebody different.
Yeah, that's my Pinky voice. He didn't know how to react other than quickly ask, "How did you know I was new?" His voice came out scratchier than he wanted, but it would have to do. He also was speaking a little slow, learning carefully. The pink filly didn't seem to notice his delay and responded with glee in one breath.
That's easy. I know just about every pony here in Ponyville, and I saw you enter just now, and I was like...
She gave a huge excited gasp her lungs didn't seem capable of.
Oh my god, a new pony! And then you were all specially new. And I just had to meet you, newcomer.
Well, I actually sound more more American. I have like an American accent when I say that. She continued to shake his hoof up and down very hard. He awkwardly hopped and hoped that she would stop it, but she just went on. And now that you're here, you can meet and see everything and everyone. Oh, I have so many good friends, and I'm sure you'll love them all. Yeah, my voice is probably nothing how it actually is in real life. Just so you know, because YouTube stuffs up, makes my voice deeper. Right. The changeling held his now throbbing arm when she released it, but was forced to lean back once she got in his face again.
Say! She exclaimed loudly. You have really pretty eyes. I mean, my eyes are blue, but they're more of sky blue, and they have ice blue like yours. You're so lucky to have such pretty eyes.
He was shocked. Pretty eyes? Him? Man, was this puffy-haired pony on? What was this puffy-haired pony on?
They remind me of peppermint candies on cupcakes. Ooh, do you want some cupcakes? Ponyville has some of the best sweets and goodies all around in Sugar Cube Corner. I can get some for you if you want, she cried out loud. He was becoming more and more uncomfortable, even frightened of this overexcited pink puff. The more excited she got, the more she leaned towards his face. Did she know what personal space was? She was Oh God. She was still talking when she finally asked, "Want to tour a ponyville?" That was the only word he got out when she took his hoof and forcibly pulled him along with surprising strength. "Great! Come on, newbie, let's go sing a song along the way." He didn't like the sound of that at all. Wait, I don't. Oh! She inhaled and broke into a happy tune. "We're going through Ponyville, Ponyville, Ponyville. We're going through my happy town so I can show you around. Yeah, sing it with me, buddy." He gave her a snarl that almost made her jump. "I don't sing," he said harshly and one word at a time, hoping that would put her in her place. Her smile didn't falter as she just said, "Aw, somebody being a grumpy grump pie pants." Oh, I didn't do that right. Oh well. All you gotta do to fix that grumpiness is smile." She stopped bouncing along and tugged at the corners of his mouth as he was trying to force him to smile. "Quit it," he snapped, batting her arms away. "I don't smile either." She only gave him a mock, pouty face and said in a silly manner, "You don't sing or smile? Gee, you really are a grumpy grump." "Don't worry, a few days here and you'll be a happy pony in no time. You are staying, aren't you? Or just visiting?" The changeling hesitated. Of all the things he'd prepared for, a backstory wasn't one of them. Yes, I might be staying for a few weeks. I travel." He backed away as Pinkie Pie's face lit up. "That's awesome! That's so awesome! We have a newcomer and a traveler to come to Ponyville." She grabbed his hoof again. "That reminds me, we got a town to explore on our own. Let's go to Sugar Cube Corner first, so I can get you one of those sweet cupcakes." He didn't even know what the heck a cupcake was, but it sounded disgusting. Before he could protest, the pink filly dragged him through the streets again. She almost started to hum her stupid tune too. "We're going through Ponyville, Ponyville, Ponyville. We're going to Sugar Cube Corner to get us some taste and sweet mood. Yay!" I have no idea what the tune actually is. The changeling felt like pulling his ears off. This was torture in of itself. How could it get worse? But it would, and it will. "Go on, try it," Pinkie Pie insisted to the disguised changeling as he looked down towards it. She had placed a pastry with colourful paper wrapping on it before him, and it had a bright green frosting mixed with pink sprinkles, as she called them. This was what she called a cupcake, and it looked gross. He glanced over to the pink pony on the bar stool next to him. Hero scarfed down 5 of these pastries. Where did it all go? Well, I don't really understand that. There was no way he wanted to eat something this brightly coloured and sweet. Changelings didn't even eat physical things. But if he was going to continue putting up his facade, he was going to have to comply with the demanding task. "Do it," Pinkie Pie pleaded. He gave her the cheesiest, most awkward-toothed grin he could and bent down towards the cupcake. He pulled off the paper wrapping with his teeth and slid his tongue under the pastry and pulled the whole thing into his mouth, chewing it in uneven chomps. Pinkie Pie was simply beaming, waiting for his reaction. The changeling was trying his best not to gag. The cupcake was so sweet. He burned his throat and put a foul aftertaste in his mouth, sweeter than the sweetest love he'd tasted. He looked at her, feeling like vomiting, but instead he gave her another awkward grin and to falsely show he enjoyed the treat. The mare giggled. "You're so adorable when you do that weird grin, and a grin is like a smile, so it counts." She turned away for a moment to pick up a plate of more... Oh God. And when she did, he quickly spat out what was left of the substance into a nearby plate and planted it on the counter. "I'm glad you liked it so much. It's my own special recipe with extra sugar." He focused on the taste in his mouth. That would explain why it was so sweet. "Want more?" she asked, holding another plateful out to him. He winced and shook his head. "No, I'm full." "But you only had one." When she started to give him a big-eyed look, he started to panic. How was he going to get out of this? Just then, the bell rang as the door to the shop opened. Pinkie Pie turned to the customer and exclaimed, "Well, I suck at reading today. Rarity!" She put the plate on the counter down and hopped off the bar stool. The Changeling gave a sigh of relief and looked to him. There, Pinkie Pie was talking happily to another pony he recognized, a unicorn with a white coat and curled purple mane. Like with Pinkie Pie, he had to keep himself from hissing at the unicorn known as Rarity. Oh yes, Pinkie. I think your new cupcakes recipe is to die for," she said in an upper crust tone. I'm just not going to try the voices anymore. Whatever. She said in an upper crust tone before turning her attention to him. She broke her conversation with Pinkie and gave him a smile. "Oh? And who is this? I've never seen you around before." Pinkie pulled the disguised Changeling down from the bar stool and pointed to him. "This is my new friend. He just came here, and he said he's a traveller." Ooh, a traveller, Rarity fluttered with her long eyelashes at him. This action was confusing. Was there something in her eyes? "That must be fun. Oh, I bet you've been to more interesting places than our humble little town." She took one of his hooves and smiled again. "May I ask your name, pray tell?" He opened his mouth and hung there. "A name? Oh, crap. Oh, wow." Got that set. How could he have forgotten a name? My name is..." He racked his brain for anything that would pass as a stupid little pony name. Putting two words together, he quickly blurted out, "Darkhorn. My name is Darkhorn." Lame, but it worked. "Well, Darkhorn, your blue hair is simply lovely." She tugged it a bit without his permission. "Is this a natural blue?" Yeah," he answered with uncertainty. She gave a loud gasp and called at him. "Wow, it's very nice. Where are you from?" He thought of the only place he knew of, Canterlot. "Is that so?" She flicked her mane. "Well, I myself had always wanted to live there, but our friend Twilight actually came from there. Do you know her?" "No." He honestly didn't know. "I don't know. It's a kingdom. It's a big kingdom." "I see." She inspected him briefly. Would you mind coming down to the boutique and helping me out with some outfits I'm trying? I've been a bit of a clump right now, and I think I could draw inspiration from your unique colour scheme." Oh no, there he was. And there was no way he was going to get stuck with two crazy ponies. "I don't think..." "He'd love to," Pinkie erupted, I'm only gonna do Pinkie voice, hanging on him. "We're going to go stop by Applejack's later, but we can't stop by yours first, Rarity gleefully clapped her hooves. "Perfect. Oh, thank you both. This could really help me get out of my slump." Don't really know what a slump is. "Come along right away, darling." He was tugged along now, but not just one eager pony, but two, inwardly begging to get away. Oh yes, that is marvelous. Rarity stuck another pin into his dark black fabric wrap into the dark black fabric wrap around Darkhorn. He glanced in desperation to Pinkie, that watched it with joy. Rarity, it looks great so far, she praised. I think it could use more rubies on the lining though. My thoughts exactly, dear, Rarity agreed, using her magic to lift up more gems from her little treasure box and pinned it to the lining of the cape she was making around him. Ah, lovely. It's dark, it's dangerous. It will be perfect for the start of a winter collection. Dark colours are on the rage at this time of year, you see. The Changeling looked from them to another pony in the decorated room. A little white filly a little white filly with swirly pink and purple hair by the name of Sweetie Belle, and apparently Rarity's sister. Her being related to Rarity already made him despise the brat, but he was desperate here. He mouthed at the child in a silent "Help me." The girl only giggled at him and left the room, his ears folded down in sadness, and Mary commented, "You know, Darkhorn, it's a little strange for a stallion your age not have a quilting mark." He glanced down at her, wondering what the heck she was talking about. She pointed out her own, which were blue diamonds. He could see Pinkie's were balloons. "We've all got ours when we were just foals. But what about you? You haven't discovered your special talent yet?" He was really kicking himself for not having one now. No. "Well, don't worry about it. I'm sure you will find your talent soon. Just be careful. Some of the ponies tease others who have blank flanks." She pulled out at the fabric, and done. Rarity pinned another piece to the flashy winter coat and looked at Pinkie Pie. "This needs just a little bit something extra. Maybe some diamonds. Pinkie, can you come with me to find some?" Pinkie nodded and bounced back with her. Rarity turned to him. "Don't move, Darkhorn. I'll be right back with a few more outfits for you to model." He only nodded, and as soon as they were both out of sight, he pulled the cape off and made a bolt for it right out the front door. There was no way he was sticking with those two crazy mares any longer. He didn't know where he was going, but so long as it wasn't there, he was satisfied. He ran out of the boutique and into the street so fast he didn't look where he was going and hit something really hard. He fell to the ground dizzy and looked up to a pale orange pony with a cowgirl hat and white freckles on her cheek. "Oh my," she helped him to his feet. "Sorry about that, hon. Didn't see you there." Well, that's probably going to sound really bad in the recording. She shook his hoof heartily, and his arm was already sore thanks to Pinkie Pie earlier. "Say, you look new here. Well, howdy. My name's Applejack. What's yours?" Her accent was strange, much different from the other ponies. He kept from glaring at the mare he knew from Canterlot. "Darkhorn," he said gruffly, his patience starting to wear thin. "Well, I would like to show you around here, but I'm kind of in a hurry." She picked up a brown paper bag she apparently dropped when he bumped into her. "I have to work double shifts at the apple farm today, and I was just dropping off this book I borrowed from Twilight. Since you're new here, you should probably meet her. She's a magic user like you." She pointed to his horn. "She could teach you some real fancy tricks." "Oh no, not another." That's nice, but you don't have to go through all the trouble." Dis none," Applejack interrupted and pulled him with her. "She'd love to meet someone new. You know, about half a year ago she was new herself." Meanwhile, while the Changeling was being dragged to Twilight's home, Fluttershy was being helped out of the hospital bed by Ramberdash, looking better already. "Looking better already? You sure you're up to speed?" The Yellowpeckers flexed her wings. "I'm still a little stiff, but the poison should be wearing off." and the nurse said they'd found no trace of disease or infection. Great, she thanked the doctor. Great. She thanked the doctors and guided her friend. That's grammar fail. Helped guide her friend and her out of the hospital and started walking with her to her cabin. Come on, I'm sure you want to go back and see all your animals again, Fluttershy gleefully nodded. Oh yes, I've missed them so much. Darkhorn was brought to a very large tree. That was a house in the middle of Ponyville. She knocked on the door. Twilight, you should be excited when you see... Twilight should be excited when she sees you. She doesn't come across alicorns very much. The Changeling looked behind him, hoping there was a way he could sneak off without her noticing. Before he had a chance, a lavender-coloured pony with dark purple and pink striped hair and purple eyes answered the door. Hi, Applejack. She hugged her and looked to Darkhorn. Ah, and you are? The Changeling gawked at the mare before him. This was the one. This was the leader of the 6 mares that helped take them down.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that reading. As I said at the start of the video, for some reason I didn't do very well at reading that chapter, and the accents, like the voices I was trying to do, would probably sound really bad because the microphone I use makes my voice really low, like really deep. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe for more. See you later everybody.